Yo guys, what's up? It's Cherry here, coming at you guys with week 5. Yes, week 5 of the UPBA. I am so sorry to the commissioners and the owners of the UPBA. My uploads have been slacking for this league, and my uploads for leagues that I, upload for, they never slack. Or if they do, I let them know in advance. So I've definitely been slacking on the uploads for this, and I'm really, really sorry. However, it is week 5. We are going against our friend Dorian, aka Lieutenant Gold. And this battle, I hardly remember. I hardly remember it. Thank goodness for Dorian, man. He sent me the footage because when I got back from my vacation, I didn't know where my capture card was, and I had a mess in my room, and there was a lot going on, and So long story short, I didn't get to film, but Dorian was nice enough to send me the footage, so that was really, really nice of him. And I am very, very excited to be battling Dorian. I guess now is in present and in the past. This was the first time we battled each other, and from what I remember, it was a really, really good match. However, I'm not going to stall any longer. Let's go over the teams. So definitely big shout out to Dorian, man. He's amazing. So he is bringing Zapdos, Blaziken, Crocodile, Haxorus, Nihilego, and Comfey. I am rocking Silvally Dark because he had a Starmie on the team, and a couple weeks ago I got demolished by Big Time Brownie because of Psychic Spam, and Psychic Spam's scary to me. So I brought Silvally Dark, Silvally Dark specifically for Starmie and Psychic Spam. I brought Spadef, Speedy, Raikou, sorry, to switch in to Zapdos all the time. I brought Fizdef Wheezing with Rocky Helmet with T-Spikes and Clear Smog to stop Kalmai and Comfey and SD Skill Shot Haxorus. I brought Protective Pads Rillaboom specifically for Static Zapdos. Now, I didn't think he would bring Rocky Helmet. I thought he would bring, like, Heavy Duty Boots or, like, Offensive, but I did not. It was mainly for Static. I was No Item Fizdef Milo. This was for knockoff against Crocodile. And I am Specs Blacephalon with Mind Blown. So those are pretty much my sets. If I find my paste or sets, I made this on vacation. I will put it in the description down below, as well as with all the other coaches that are participating in this season. Sorry about that, I was editing the speed so that it's not a really long video, but yes, so my lead, once I, saw his 6, I think I remember saying, oh my Silvally is pretty much useless. My set was a multi-attack Psychic Fangs, Defog, and Parting Shot, so I literally did not hit Crocodile at all, because it was mainly meant to just switch into Starmie and just Parting Shot out, because it scares it out. Oh, sorry, I'm so tired. But yes. So here, I think I decided to lead Silvally, mainly because its use for its use in this match is kind of not really, there. So I wasn't really too worried about it. So yeah, good luck, have fun to Dorian. And yeah, here we go. So I led with my Silvally Dark as he leads with Crocodile. I can't touch this thing. And because Starmie is not here, I don't respect this Silvally at all. Like, I'm like, this Silvally is pointless. It does literally nothing this game outside of maybe click Psychic Fangs against Nihi, but Nihi is not staying in against a Silvally ever, in my opinion, because multi-attack will hurt. So, predicting Comfey here, I do click Parting Shot. I get some amazing momentum here. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I go into my Blacephalon. I don't think I go Wheezing here. Wheezing is kind of a little early. And I don't really want to take Chip. What a clown. Yeah, that's Blacephalon. Go into Blacephalon here. And I think I click Fire Blast here. Fire Blast is so free against this team. And then once, like, Crocodile goes down, Shadow Ball will be really free. So I'm predicting, I don't even know at this point, if Solvest Crocodile to come in. That was the one thing I was scared of, AV Crook. But I think I even to a KO depending on the investment. So wasn't even worried about that at all. I just thought, no, I know what I was worried about. I was worried about landing the Fire Blast, okay? I was worried about landing it, so, you know. I click Fire Blast, he decides to switch out into the Nihilego, and I click Fire Blast. I'm expecting this to do nothing, but it did more than nothing. That's around 40% or 35%. Like, that's a lot of damage. So, you know, I am locked into Fire Blast. I don't kill. I'm scared of Meteor Beam here. Oh my god. If he clicks Meteor Beam and starts sweeping me, that's a problem. So I go into my Sovali. Sovali is useless this game in my opinion. He clicks Power Gem, and from that damage I realized he was Modest, so I immediately assumed that it was Modest Scarf. So I was really relieved that it wasn't Power or Meteor Beam. Otherwise I would have been kind of scared. So here, he's not staying in against this thing, especially since I am kind of figuring he's Scarf. So I decided to click Parting Shot here. Gives me a lot of momentum, and just in case he decides to stay in, I can Parting Shot out into my Rillaboom and freely click a U-turn. Which actually, ironically, I think I do on this play. Or I think I go Milo. Going Rillaboom or Milo are fine. Both plays are okay. So I really don't know which one I do. I think I go Milo here. I'm thinking about it. Okay, yeah, I go into Milo, and I think here I was contemplating whether or not I click Toxic predicting Comfey or Ice Beam predicting Zapdos. And I think I decided on clicking Toxic. I think Toxic all around was really good. It covered for if Comfey and Zapdos came in, because the poison on Zapdos would be amazing. And rather than Ice Beam, which if Comfey came in, I wouldn't be able to stay in all that well, because I could start Calm Minding and being really annoying. So, but there's that. I go into my dedicated switch in being Raikou, as he decides to click U-turn. And U-turn did a decent amount, not gonna lie, even though it's like, you know, timid, maybe 0 IVs. But yeah, that did a decent amount. And here he decides to go into Crocodile. I think, hey, I have a knockoff switch in the form of Milo. I have no item, which looking at his moves, he didn't even bring knockoff, so I'm kind of mad I didn't bring lefties. But my knockoff switch in is Milo. I take nothing. He decides to get Rocks up, which is a good play. And here, I definitely click Ice Beam. I definitely click Ice Beam here. Or no, I think I click Toxic again. Do I click Toxic again? I do click Toxic again. I was predicting Comfey to come in this time, I think. But yeah, no, I click Toxic on Crook, which is really good as well. And here I'm probably going to click Scald, or maybe even Ice Beam. Ice Beam is a middle ground, just in case Zapdos decides to come in. I might have been thinking about clicking Toxic once again, predicting Comfey to come in. But I think that's too risky. I think just getting off damage here is perfectly okay. And my Marvel Scale has officially activated, so now I have pretty much a choice band in a defense form for Milo. So I do click Ice Beam. It does like nothing. It does like 32%, or not 32%, 32 HP points against Comfey. So it really did nothing. But on this play, I decided to go into Rillaboom. Rillaboom takes any hit. I think I'm pretty spit F on this set, so not really too worried about it. I wasn't predicting a Leech Seed at all. I thought Draining Kiss would do nothing, and I thought Giga Drain would do even less, so cover for both plays. It looks like that, you know. But here, he decides to switch into Zapdos, which hopefully I click a U-turn here. I do click U-turn. And I thought at the time he didn't know I was Protective Pads, but considering he's Rocky Helmet, he definitely knew I was Protective Pads, which is kind of unfortunate, to say the least. But here we get a free into Blacephalon. Even though rocks are up, we're going to get Grassy Terrain back, which is why I love that I drafted Rillaboom. And here I click free Fire Blast. Like, Fire Blast is so free against this entire team. He can't really switch in at all. So actually, I may have doubled. I might have doubled here. Did I double? I might have doubled out because I thought Nihi would come in. I might have gone into Silvally Dark predicting the Nihilego again. Yeah, no, I did. Man, I could have clicked Fire Blast and did a lot of damage to this thing. That's crazy. But yeah, my Silvally is going to come in. It takes quite a lot from Thunderbolt. That's a lot of damage. But at the same time, this thing is pretty useless, in my honest opinion. Like, it doesn't really do much this game other than defog, which I wasn't even worried about hazards at the time. But the problem with that double that I just made, it gives him a free U-turn because he loses nothing. It's super effective damage, it probably kills, and he gets momentum in the same turn. So it was kind of bad for me because now he can freely bring in Crocodile. He can also bring in Haxorus. He can bring in a lot of things, which is really, really scary for me because if Haxorus is Swords Dance Scale Shot, then I don't know if I can deal with it with Weezing. So he is going to go with Haxorus. Sorry. Oh my god, why am I so tired? But he is going to go with Haxorus here, and he clicks Dragon Dance, as you guys see. I click Volt Switch because I live in Earthquake because of terrain, and if he's stopping Sandstream, he's doing nothing, which he is, and I pretty much live any hit, so I was pretty much free to click Volt Switch and go immediately into my Milo. My Milo was Marvel Scale. I wasn't worried about it. I am going to take Rock's Chip, but it's not all that bad. He clicks Dragon Dance this turn. I'm like, okay, that pretty much cancels out my Marvel Scale, but I am... what's it called? I am Ice Beam on this set, and it's going to do a lot of damage. And I'm also Poison, so like I said earlier, it cancels out. But he's going to click Dragon Dance again, so now technically he's +2, but in my book he's +1 because the Marvel Scale nullified the other Dragon Dance. And Ice Beam does a lot of damage. So I'm like, this is amazing. I am so okay with stacking Milo here to Haxorus just to get rid of this thing the next turn. Because this thing was just a big, huge threat. And I could not have this sitting here, especially since it's +2. And because of it being +2, I'm actually forced to go into Rillaboom, and I'm forced to click Grassy Glide. Now, I knew that Zapdos was probably coming in. However, I cannot risk him staying in and just clicking a button on a U-turn prediction. I couldn't risk it. Grassy Glide was doing around 20% to Zapdos anyway, which is still good damage and good chip. And he's going to take Poison as well, so that's really good. Now, I knew he was going to Roost here, except I had nothing to really do anything to this with. Like, I could have clicked Knockoff, obviously, but I also had Earthquake on this set when I literally have Grassy Terrain. That was a stupid move. I was prepping on vacation. I didn't know what I was doing. But yes, I had Earthquake, and then the problem is, like, I may outspeed it. I don't know its speed. I don't know how much investment it has, so I literally can't make that call. So I think I make a hard switch out into my Raikou here, because that's kind of what it's designed to do. I don't really see what other things I pivot into. Yeah, you can see I'm thinking for a long time. Yeah, I go into my Raikou here, and he clicks Roost like I thought he would. I literally couldn't do anything about it. I know nothing about his speed. I know nothing about his bulk. I literally am half calking because I'm making sure my land isn't disconnecting. Like, there's a lot going on. And it's so unfortunate because he lost his flying typing. He gets Grassy Terrain recovery. But here, I make a prediction. I think Crocodile is going to come in, so I decide to click Scald. Sorry, I hit my mic. I lose nothing from clicking Scald here, because if he stays in with Zapdos, he takes Chip. Ooh, excuse me. Now, I didn't calc this exchange, but if I calced, I would have realized that I killed with another Scald. But I wasn't calcing this. And because I wasn't calcing, I didn't think I killed with another Scald. So, I made a switch that benefited me. Like, really, I know it benefited me. I think I went into Rillaboom. Did I go Rillaboom? No, I went Weezing. Okay, yeah, so I go Weezing because I thought he could freely knock off and, you know, he could take more chip with Rocky Helmet. But he decides to go into Comfey. So I'm like, wow, this is really nice. This is amazing. And I just think, hey, I could set up his free T-Spikes. Like, T-Spikes are really, really, really free. His defoggers, maybe Zapdos or Comfey. I was predicting that it was Comfey because if it was Zapdos, then it would have to sacrifice like Roost or its dual stabs, and it needs kind of like all three. So I thought that this thing had defog. It only made sense in my opinion. So I click Toxic Spikes here, and I'm like, I'm not scared of you. Like, you can Leech Seed me all you want. I can Pain Split. I can get all that back. I am not scared of you. I am just going to click Toxic Spikes again, get 2 layers up, so it's badly poisoned, even though Toxic Spikes aren't really like benefiting anything on the team. It's mainly benefiting me in a way where like Comfey is getting poisoned when it switches in again. But you know, and then like here, I thought he would defog, so I clicked Toxic Spikes again. I lost nothing from clicking Toxic Spikes again. If he clicked Draining Kiss, I was going to Pain Split the next turn or Clear Smog. I remember saying this to myself, like, if he doesn't defog, then I'm okay with setting up a 3rd layer of Toxic Spikes again. Like, I want Toxic Spikes on the field. And my Weezing is starting to get whittled down a little bit, which is kind of annoying. And I thought he was going to defog again here. So I think I switched out here. I don't know into what. I feel like I switched. Maybe into Rillaboom, possibly. Rillaboom covers for, I guess, a Draining Kiss. A Giga Drain as well. It's not Store Power. Now then, I know that now, because it's Defog, Leech Seed, Draining Kiss. Can't be Store Power. But yeah, I do switch out, and I go into Rillaboom. Okay, yeah. It did nothing to Rillaboom in my honest opinion. I knew it was defensive. And even if it did something, I was getting Grassy Turning Recovery, so I wasn't worried about it at all. But here, I'm forced to Grassy Glide again. I cannot... Well, I mean, I can knock off, to be fair. Yeah, I could actually knock off, but I don't really want to take a Poison Jab if it had it, or a First Impression. If it was Dragon Dance First Impression, I didn't really want to take that, so I still stand by my Grassy Glide play, because it was really safe. So, you know, I get chip off on Zapdos, it forces a Roost, like, I'm okay with this, So here, I think it was this turn, I was debating whether or not he was going to click Hurricane here. I wanted to knock off so bad, so bad, but I realized that if Rillaboom dies, I lose to Nihilego. I literally lose to Nihi. I have nothing else for it, so I have to save it. I sack my Silvally here. Silvally does nothing else for me this game, in my honest opinion. It did nothing to begin with, other than get Parting Shot off, you know. So I am gonna, you know, get some HP recovery, and now because of that recovery, I actually live a Thunderbolt, which is nice. So, here, I click Parting Shot. I don't want to get staticked. With static, all my moves are physical. And just in case, like, Comfey was coming in again, because I was doing nothing to that, I wanted to get some momentum on the play. And actually clicking Parting Shot with Silvally allowed me to see how much speed this Zapdos was running, because my Silvally was creeped to outspeed Blaziken, so I would be able to see if it had a decent amount of speed. So yeah, click Parting Shot, go into Rillaboom for free. I can freely click U-Turn here. U-Turn is extremely free. I really hope you clicked U-Turn. Please tell me you clicked U-Turn. U-Turn is so free. Oh my god. Okay, good. I click U-Turn here, and I think I pivot into Blacephalon. I lose nothing from glowing. I lose nothing from going into Blacephalon here, in my honest opinion. Because, you know, I pressure with Fire Blast, you don't really have a good Fire Blast switch in. You don't even have a good Shadow Ball switch in. I still don't know if you're... Well, I know you're not Assault Vest because you clicked rocks earlier. Now go into Silph Valley. What am I trying to accomplish here? I mean, I guess I can get off a parting shot, but don't they get off a free U-turn here? I would have went Blacephalon and just click Fire Blast. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. So yeah, I do click Parting Shot. I realize that they're bulky Zapdos, so that's good to know. And here, I know for a fact I pivoted into Raikou. I know for a fact I pivoted into Raikou. Definitely. There's no way I wouldn't. Yeah. I pivoted into Raikou. I am Spidef. It is -1 special attack. This Thunderbolt's doing 0. Literally did less than what leftovers were recovered. Like, it literally, I just recovered all the damage I just took. But I can freely click Thunderbolt here. If he goes into Crocodile, he has no grassy terrain, which means I can Scald the next turn. If he goes Haxorus, he sacks. If he goes Nihi, he's taking a lot of damage. If he goes Blaziken, he's taking a lot of damage. So Thunderbolt was just really free on my end. It was doing quite a lot of damage as well. I wasn't even that offensive. It was mainly defensive, speedy and defensive. So, but yeah, he's gonna get off an emergency defog here, which I agree with 100%. I would have made the same play. Toxic spikes are really annoying for this team, so I agree with that defog. But I am going to get rid of the Comfey. Weezing is going to get a kill. I am going to get rid of the Comfey because of the regular poison, which is really nice. So yeah, there goes Comfey, which in my mind currently is their only defogger. Because like I said earlier, if they're running defog Zapdos, then they need... and their Zapdos needs dual stabs at least, and Roost. And Dazzling, wait, Hurricane, Thunderbolt, Roost, Defog. Those are 4 slots, and your first slot is a U-turn. So it's 3 slots for 4 moves. So I don't really think that Zapdos had Defog. But if it did, then it didn't have none of its dual stabs, which Thunderbolt it needed for Milo, Hurricane it needs for Rillaboom, and Roost it needs for longevity. So, and it already revealed anyway. So, but anyway, I'm getting sidetracked. He goes into Nihi, he clicks Power Gem, it does like nothing. I do click Scald here, and it does indeed get a burn, which honestly I didn't feel like mattered too much because Rillaboom always came in and clicked Grass Glide against this thing regardless, so I wasn't too worried about this thing getting burned at all. But it was extra salt, not even extra salt, just, you know, it opened up the wound a little bit more in regards to like all that's been happening in this battle, which honestly this battle outside of the burn has been very hacks free in my opinion, which is good, which is really good. But here I switch out. I don't know why I do, but I switch out. I go into Rillaboom. Oh, because of Power Gem. I thought I would take nothing from Power Gem, and I can get a Grassy Glide off. So yeah. And I think here I click Grassy Glide again. I don't think I click U-turn here, like at all. I don't think you U-turn. I don't even think you U-turn here, honestly. Yeah. So I click Grassy Glide. Does a decent amount of damage, and you are low. Now I think you are going to Roost. I think you're gonna Roost. But once again, I cannot risk this thing clicking. Well, technically, I outspeed this thing, so I could have clicked Knockoff. Oh, I guess I don't outspeed. I guess this was the turn. Oh, it was. Oh, wow. Wow, I could have clicked Knockoff there. That's crazy. Well, actually, I agree with the momentum play. That was good. But he's going to click Roost, and I U-turn out into my Blacephalon. And this turn, I think I click Flamethrower. In hindsight, I think I was pretty free to click Shadow Ball. Shadow Ball 2 that KO'd Crocodile from that range, and it wasn't Assault Vest, and I didn't think it was Scarf because it clicked Rocks and then Toxic, so I was pretty free to click Shadow Ball there. Shadow Ball also covered for Blaziken because spoilers, Blaziken comes in here, so cover for that. But you know, regardless, it, you know, still doing good. Still, it's like 5-5. It's pretty close, but he pivots into Blaziken aggressively, and I click Flamethrower. And I do over 50% with a Flamethrower against a Fire type. Crazy, right? It crazy. So now I'm pretty scared that he is Scarf Stone Edge, because if he's Scarf Stone Edge, he kills. Any other move I live, except for Scarf Stone Edge. So I have to scout. I switch into my Wheezing here, covered for if he wanted to click U-turn as well, or Flare Blitz, even though I lived either 3. But I was mainly like, this worked out for me. I was mainly just predicting a Stone Edge from like Scarf, so I wasn't really predicting, you know, a U-turn at all actually. So here he goes into Haxorus, and I'm down to trade this thing. I'm down to trade, because if you want to Dragon Dance up in my face, I'm not all for it. So I click Clear Smog, and he clicks Dragon Claw, and he gets a pretty low roll. Should have killed me. But you know, we'll take that, and we click Clear Smog and we kill it. But the problem is Nihilego comes in, gets a free special attack boost, because I can't bring anything else in. I literally can't. I have to sack Wheezing, which, I mean, in theory, Wheezing was a good sack. I think it was Wheezing, no, not Wheezing, sorry. Nihilego, Blaziken, Zapdos. So Wheezing wasn't really doing anything outside of Blaziken, which he's been using very carefully. So he decides to go into the Rillaboom here. He as in me. And I think I click Grassy Glide here, or I click Knockoff. I'm free to click either button. Yeah, I click Knockoff here because I know he's Scarf, or Choice in some way, because he's modest. So I click, what's it called? I click Knockoff. I do a lot of damage against Zapdos. I can freely click Grassy Glide here, and then that thing's dead. And pretty much now, I pretty much win the game with Grassy Glide. I kill Crocodile, I kill Nihilego. But I want to be safe. I want to secure the win. I don't want to rely on a roll. I go into RCS because this is my most useless member. I sack it just so I can get a little bit more health on it. And I think I actually go into Blacephalon, maybe? Yeah, I go into Blacephalon. And I think I click Mind Blown just for the memes. Flamethrower killed everything. Shadow Ball, Crocodile got 2 KO'd anyway. So literally, it was just a meme. It was just a meme that I clicked Mind Blown. The animation's cool. Okay, people should use Mind Blown Blacephalon more. It's really fun. But yes, I click Mind Blown. I kill the Crocodile. I would have killed with Flamethrower, but I just want to click Mind Blown because I had it. And here, I'm gonna get Grassy Surge and, you know, all that back, which is really nice. But yeah, here he goes into Nihilego. I think I pivot into my Raikou. I don't think I sack this. I don't think I sack this at all. Because at this point, all I need to do is pivot into the Rillaboom and click Grassy Glide twice. That's literally all I need to do to win the game. So I do click Power Gym. I don't really eat the hit all that well. I die to the next one. But just in case he gets a low roll or something, I definitely click Scald here. Scald allowed me to kill the Nihi and then not have a need to go Rillaboom and win the game 3-0. But, you know, I couldn't really make any risks, so I do sack the Raikou here. He is going to get the special attack boost. And I go into my Rillaboom, and pretty much that's all she wrote. I clicked Grassy Glide twice, and I proceeded to win the game. Good games to Dorian. It was really, really, really good battle. I had a lot of fun. I feel like our play styles semi-matched. And overall, it was just a really good battle. It was like 5-6 for like half the match. And, you know, we had to like slowly pick things off until we had the Rillaboom in-game, which was kind of the plan all along. So really, really glad it worked out. But that is going to be the end of the video. I want to thank you all for watching. I want to apologize again for the fact that it was post-com. I'm already gonna spoil my week 6 match will also be post-com. However, whenever my opponents upload the video or the video to their respective channels, I will link it in the description below. If not in the description down below, I'll put a little bell thing if I remember, which I probably won't because I have bad memory. This video will probably be unedited. I may add a little music in the background, but I'm not really too worried about it. But yeah, that's gonna be the end of the video, and I will catch you guys next time. Peace.